Aloha! This is lesson 61 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. I am the light of the world. Who is the light of the world except God's Son? This, then, is merely a statement of the truth about yourself. It is the opposite of a statement of pride, of arrogance, or of self-deception. It does not describe the self-concept you have made. It does not refer to any of the characteristics with which you have endowed your idols. It refers to you as you were created by God. It simply states the truth. To the ego, today's idea is the epitome of self-glorification. But the ego does not understand humility, mistaking it for self-debasement. Humility consists of accepting your role in salvation and in taking no other. It is not humility to insist you cannot be the light of the world if that is the function God assigned to you. It is only arrogance that would assert this function cannot be for you, and arrogance is always of the ego. True humility requires that you accept today's idea because it is God's voice which tells you it is true. This is a beginning step in accepting your real function on earth. It is a giant stride toward taking your rightful place in salvation. It is a positive assertion of your right to be saved and an acknowledgement of the power that is given you to save others. You will want to think about this idea as often as possible today. It is the perfect answer to all illusions, and therefore to all temptation. It brings all the images you have made about yourself to the truth, and helps you depart in peace, unburdened and certain of your purpose. As many practice periods as possible should be undertaken today, although each one need not exceed a minute or two. They should begin with telling yourself, I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I am here. Then think about these statements for a short while, preferably with your eyes closed, if the situation permits. Let a few related thoughts come to you, and repeat the idea to yourself if your mind wanders away from the central thought. Be sure both to begin and end the day with a practice period. Thus you will awaken with an acknowledgement of the truth about yourself, reinforce it throughout the day, and turn to sleep as you reaffirm your function and your only purpose here. These two practice periods may be longer than the rest if you find them helpful and want to extend them. Today's idea goes far beyond the ego's petty views of what you are and what your purpose is. As a bringer of salvation, this is obviously necessary. This is the first of a number of giant steps we will take in the next few weeks. Try today to begin to build a firm foundation for these advances. You are the light of the world. God has built his plan for salvation, for the salvation of his Son on you. Hooray.
Yay. Shine that light.
Yes. I am the light of the world. So, one part of this that sticks out to me that I observe often is this need to relate with others, so-called others, through self-debasement. And to the ego, that's humility. You know, I've heard people say, I'm just a small human. I'm just this, I'm just that. I'm not that good. You know, none of these characteristics that we assign to ourselves are who we are. This is not who we are. We are the light of the world because of who we are. And that didn't change. We have not changed ourselves from being that light.
Creation of God.
Yeah, an innocent and perfect creation of God. So our role in salvation is to accept the peace of God for ourselves, so it could be extended to everyone. And you know, that's through forgiveness. As long as we have grievances that we're holding or reasons, blame. Well, one example of blame is, let's say I have emphysema because I was exposed to some kind of chemical, right? I asked a friend yesterday, would you be willing to be released from that story? You know, because you're giving a cause to it. That's unforgiveness. That's actually unforgiveness. So forgiving your illusions allows you to receive the peace of God. Just notice when you give something a cause, let's say something about your body, something about your present world. If you give something a cause, you are giving it reality. And that's unforgiveness, because God didn't create any of those things. So therefore, they are not true.
And that's what the light does. It exposes the truth to the non-truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first step.
Right. Well, you can say it's kind of the other way. It exposes the untruth. It exposes the untruth to the truth.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like you have this untrue thought that says that you have some kind of problem because of something that happened before. You were exposed to chemicals, or someone did something to you, or anything like that. And that's where your light shines, really. Because you're willing to see that, wait a minute, I'm the light of the world. I have a choice here. I don't have to believe this cause is a real cause. It's an actual cause. Only my mind is a cause. My mind is the cause of both illusory cause and effect. Right? So the goal is to change the way you see, to see it differently, to see the world from the position, from the perspective of you being the light of the world, and this being the only reason why you're manifesting a world. You know, that'll always bring you back to peace, because, you know, the only thing that seems to disturb your peace is thinking that you want something in the world that you don't have, or having something that you don't want. And that's just not knowing what you really want. It's not seeing clearly. So this is helping to see clearly, to repeat to yourself, I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I'm here.
Yay.
Hooray, have a beautiful practice.